trails that we're on, just so everyone knows. That's how we do it.
If you're going to spend the rest of your life at a KOA, if that's your gig, then that's your gig. But if you want to get out in the backcountry, learn how to do it.
Hi everybody, this is Brian from Military Mobility. Today we have the privilege to be with Terry from RV Wizards out of Salt Lake City. We're in our F-450 with our truck camper, 2015 Host Mammoth, and we're here in Moab, Utah, and we're going to be doing some general overlanding today, and just talking to Terry about his experiences in the Marine Corps and the work that he's been doing to help out veterans, as well as what he does with RV Wizards. Terry came through for us a few months ago. You all have seen the Onion Creek video. Our departure angle hit this creek bed, and we ended up cracking the fascia on the truck camper.
Dude, we just cracked that.
And we were having a couple other issues as well, and Terry came to the rescue. So he's become a good friend since, and we're happy to have him.
Thanks, Brian.
You just want to give a little background about your time in service?
It's been a little over 4 years in the Marine Corps. I was in the late 80s, infantry guy, and it was pretty much peacetime when I served. So kind of unexciting, but it was a great experience, and I got a lot out of it.
Tell me a little bit about the work that you did with the VA.
So I worked in mental health with the post-traumatic stress team, and was able to do a fair number of groups and develop a curriculum. So what I did was what's called peer support. I would always hear my name in the meetings when somebody says, I don't know what to do with him. And then they'd say, what about Terry? You know? Yeah. And so I was the outreach for those guys, and it was really rewarding. We were able to really do a lot of good for some guys, and get out there.
And I think that just helps with kind of get recharged up like that, and maybe roll some things around and talk about some issues that you're having. And this kind of, when you're comfortable, that's when you're going to open up. And what we strive to do at Military Mobility, and I think we're doing a fair job, is create a very genuine environment where everybody's feeling comfortable enough, and we could just be real and start sharing some of the issues that we're having, and share both the successes and problems.
And there's a lot to be said for it on a lot of different levels, because one of the things that I think is really important about maintaining some connection with veterans is there are so few of us. I mean, we're 10% of the population, and it's pretty easy to get completely away from veterans, and you're always feeling like you're out of place. And when you get with veterans, you're validating yourself. Okay, this is my tribe. This is what I am. It's a really important thing, and I think that once you get out of the military, there is just a matter of time where you have to fill some of that space that was left by your military service, and there's a dozen ways of doing that, and there are as many that are unhealthy as there are that are healthy.
Right. And I kind of see from your personality, it's. This is definitely a good little ledge. Let's we're going to take a pause for a second and just see how this one does. Yeah.
We call this reconning.
So we're out in the backcountry, out in Moab. We're on a Forest Service road surrounding Arches National Park. We're gonna get ourselves into some sand today, maybe some small rocks and all that, but general overlanding as this. How we looking?
It does have that airlift.
Straddle that rock so you don't have that.
Okay. Rock. And you mentioned airlift. We're going to do that and show that here in a second. It's a great idea. We have Airlift 7500 XL airbags on here. Okay, here we go. So it's showing we currently have it at 50 PSI, and this can go up to 150. I'm going to raise it up just to give us some more clearance. And you can hear the compressor going. We have a dual stage ARB. If you can see that lifting up. There you go. All right, so what we've done is maximize essentially our departure angle the best that we can with this huge 36-inch overhang off of an already enormous pickup. So here we go. How we looking?
You're looking solid. No problem.
So yeah, we made it through that obstacle, no problem. Us being military mobility, off-road expeditions, and training, we're on almost every type of platform imaginable that gets you from A to B. And stepping into such a big vehicle like this, and with all the weight, constantly almost have to remind ourselves to really just go super slow, take it easy, because yesterday we had Land Rovers hanging off cliffs and all that. It's easy to just, your brain wants to look at this terrain. And this is almost a mirror for, you know, problem sets that you could be having, where you're used to doing it something one way, but you have to take all the different factors and considerations into place. And as we were kind of joking about doing the recon, but with these vehicles, parking, getting out ahead, you know, walking the trail, seeing what the conditions are. We're going to get ourselves into some of that terrain here. Which side do you think I should take?
Right here.
Right line. And it's really almost the same thing that you would do if you're smart, I believe, at a campground. You know, if you're pulling this Campground of America, the principle of what you're doing really is no different. You know, is there any clearance issues that I have to deal with? So that's really, if you're just starting to venture out into the overland environment with these, instead of your typical take it on pavement and go to a campground or a very graded dirt road, and you want to start getting a little bit more adventurous, I'd encourage you, you can do it. It just, you know, you be cautious and be deliberate in your planning. Can't be too cautious after that damage we had. And I'll tell from, you know, meeting you and getting to know you and seeing how disciplined that you are and the attention to detail that you have with your work. I think that just lends itself a lot to the time and service and everything that teaches you about, you know, holding yourself accountable and being the best person that you can be.
Yeah, I believe in responsibility and expect everybody to be accountable for what they do, and it shows in military people. You can immediately pick up on it.
Right, and you know, that's what the great thing I love about when we're running our courses, and we just ran one up in Togety just a couple weeks ago. We had people from every branch of service out there and all manner of different jobs, but it felt like family. Aaron, we're there, and just everybody was so cool, and just it's so relatable, and it just makes you feel really comfortable. And I think a lot of people, when they get out of the service, they're kind of left to their own devices in a manner of speaking, and you know, hopefully you can have a network of some of your closer friends that are still there for you. But oftentimes it's not the case so much. Maybe geographically you're living in a different place. It's nice to be around other veterans for that sense, and it helps you maintain some of that self of identity and the values that you had.
We're scouting again.
Yep. So we're going to hit some good ledges up here, so we're going to get out and take a look at it. So let's all do that and see what we're going to get ourselves into. So I think we can handle this. A lot of times the appearance, so you know, this was all paved at one point in time. Some of this not this. Yeah. Let's see. Nah, this might be an issue right here. So what we do have, we have some of the tracks. Might be how heavy it is for it.
want to come
At
from
angle?
there. And
Yeah.
angle over here.
All right, well, let's steady as she goes, and may use some of these traction boards that we have to help compensate. Aaron, spot me right here. Looking okay?
Good. Just slow.
How's the rear?
You're good. I'll let you know. You got about 2 feet, then you're gonna roll off. Just roll off slow. You've got about a foot on this left
All
side.
right, so I'm just good?
Yeah, now I think you're good. You're going out, so it
Okay.
got pretty close, about 3 inches.
All right. So what we're going to use to help us compensate, is we have a bunch of traction boards. So we're going to help this to level out the terrain that we're going through. All right, so we're going to take this left track down here. This is all level, level, level. All right, here's where it starts getting juicy. So we're going to come down here to right here. It's going to be an issue. Let's see. Now, so I think what we want to do, use these. We'll just have to climb up that, which I think we can do. Should be all right, because we're going to transition to the right side here. Actually, well, it's actually coming down here, and then we go right. We're going to go right there, so I'm going to go straight here. All right, so I'll line that up more straight.
Right at that cypress tree.
Okay, so we'll keep these here. We'll get the vehicle by it, and then we'll recycle this. As we're getting closer, if it looks like we could do it without the plastic ones, we might move them, because I'll probably crack them. All right, I'm gonna need to be guided onto the aluminum. Let's get somebody in the rear, watching the rear. Terry, can you watch the rear?
Wait. Okay, you're good. You're about like 2 inches from the air dam, but I think it's gonna rise up.
All right, well, let's keep telling me.
You're good.
All right, I can't. my eyes, Terry. All right, you want to do a check in the rear, Aaron? Doing all right?
Yeah, you're good right now. You got about, oh, that flex. I think you'll drive out.
I think you're good, Brian. It's nice and easy.
Woo! This is awesome. We're at it again.
I didn't think this was gonna do.
No way, man.
Brian's trying to get you more work, Terry.
Yeah.
That's why I'm so supportive.
What's that right behind you? Like a broken piece of something on the rock? Yeah, see, normal trucks can't make it through this, but we can. Hopefully on skate. I might have spoke too soon.
Oh no. Never.
All right. How's the rear, Aaron?
You're great.
You ever seen stuff like that?
Done stuff like that.
Awesome.
I think I know how to do it.
So, yeah, just as a disclaimer, this equipment we use for our off-road trucks that weigh between 5,000 and 9,000 pounds. So this is not off-road ready for dualies. But what we're doing is augmenting what we can. We build things up with rocks if we could, just to make it work.
I gotta tell you, I think this is why we own these things.
Right.
You know, if you're gonna spend the rest of your life at a KOA, if that's your gig, then that's your gig. But if you want to get out in the backcountry, learn how to do it.
That's a great point. Okay, back to it. That was awesome.
Rock crawling.
Rock crawling, baby.
That's how you find the empty RV camp spots too, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. But I can't get up that. I'm not doing that.
I'll bet that makes all the guys that come across there in their quads and side by sides thinking, man, this is rough, kind of feel like idiots.
Yeah. You know, it's funny, there's some people that told us we shouldn't be on Onion Creek with that, but you know, we're trying to encourage and show people that you can explore and get out there and do it.
As long as you have RV wizards.
That's right.
you can break them and make them better.
Yep. It's the kind of trails that we're on, just so everyone knows. That's how we do it.
Notice they're completely clad in their motocross gear.
Yeah. Awesome. That's great. We just approached some soft sand here, so we're gonna venture off this path and see how she does, and some softer material.
And if we get stuck, please somebody send a D8.
to stop. Hang on. See what I can do here.